Khamzat and Dricus fighting for the belts in just over a month's time. What are your initial thoughts on that matchup stylistically?
So honestly, I'd have to say Dricus would be a favourite. He probably is a favourite, but I think I'm leaning towards Dricus. The question, the whole thing can be summed up. Chimaev will take him down.
Yeah.
Will he finish him before he gets back up? That's the million-dollar question. Because if he doesn't finish him on the ground, I think he loses. But yeah.
Joe Rogan and Robert Whittaker have both sent clear warning messages to middleweight champion Dricus Du Plessis about the undefeated Khamzat Chimaev's dangerous arsenal ahead of their UFC 319 showdown on August 16th. Both men know exactly what they're talking about. Rogan has called countless fights featuring Borz, while Whittaker experienced Chimaev's devastating power firsthand when his jaw was shattered in that brutal first-round submission at UFC 308.
He's so good, and he's so focused and dedicated. Khamzat Chimaev is a fucking terrifying human being. Li Jingliang, who's a top-flight fighter, top-flight welterweight fighter. He's holding him up in the air and talking to Dana White, "I kill everyone!" Before you even decide to fuck him up, you're holding him up in the air, talking shit. That's how good that guy is.
Oh, nice job by Chimaev. He's talking to Dana. Oh, my goodness.
I come here for everybody. Kill everybody. I'm the job. I'm the king. Kill everyone. Ah!
Today, we're breaking down their warnings, analyzing what makes Chimaev such a puzzle, and examining whether DDP has what it takes to solve the Khamzat riddle. Stay tuned. This is going to be explosive. Let's start with Joe Rogan's assessment during the UFC 312 Fight Companion. The longtime UFC commentator didn't mince words about what he considers Chimaev's most dangerous weapon. Dricus stopped that takedown. Khamzat just shoots from like 15 feet away and gets a hold of your legs so quick.
We don't know what happened
There's
to
so many
Khamzat.
question marks. We don't know.
Khamzat just shoots from like 15 feet away and gets a hold of your
But
legs
I look
so
at the
quick.
Kamaru. He didn't do that to Kamaru Usman. He didn't do it to Gilbert
He
Burns.
did.
We go in the third, fourth, and fifth.
He gave Usman for the first 3 rounds a nightmare. He was,
Yeah,
And
he
he gassed
taking
out,
him down.
but he
Yeah.
couldn't finish him.
That's
That's
true.
an older
True.
Usman.
That's true.
That's not a vintage Usman.
was-
in their prime?
He was
DDP?
taking him down decisive.
Rogan's concern centers on what he calls Chimaev's highest level wrestling in the sport. But it's not just the wrestling, it's the speed and distance of those takedowns that has Rogan questioning DDP's defensive capabilities. The key insight here? Rogan believes Chimaev's endurance will be significantly better at middleweight compared to his welterweight days. As he put it, 185 is really where he should have been all the way along. When asked if Du Plessis has faced anyone of Chimaev's caliber, Rogan's response was telling, "No, we haven't seen Dricus fight anyone of that level." This is coming from someone who's watched Du Plessis steamroll through 9 straight UFC victories.
Very curious about
I
the
like
John
that.
Bro.
Khamzat fight.
What a fight they can make.
puzzle MVP is. What a puzzle.
Yeah.
I mean,
Ian
shout out
Gary.
Bullet just couldn't do nothing to him. But even on the feet, Ian Gary was getting lit up too.
Yeah, Ian Gary had to wrestle.
He just had to wrestle.
Ian
Yeah.
Gary impressed me even with his loss with
Shafkat.
Oh,
man.
yeah.
He was the closest to ending it.
Great, yep.
And he's well-rounded.
Great
Great.
fight.
Oh, Ian Gary would be a
Shit.
champion. Yeah.
He's
Oh, yeah.
great.
Yeah, he is champion.
And you need a
written all
fight
over.
like that. Super close fight. I mean, you know the biggest disappointment this year? The Arman Sarukian pulling out the day of the fight.
that.
Do we?
was-
What the
broke
fuck
my heart.
happened there?
Back
Weight
seized
cut
up.
issue.
Yeah, his
Weight
back.
cut. I mean, you got to think how much.
I
is-
think weight cut.
How much is that guy cutting to get to 55?
And how
He's
juicy was. I'm not saying he's on PEDs. I'm
What are you
saying
saying?
I'm saying juicy. Like how much muscle did he put
a
on?
lot.
But here's where it gets interesting. Rogan called DDP a tough puzzle, a very tough fighter to work out. Even the experts can't definitively pick a winner, which tells you everything about how evenly matched this fight could be. Now let's talk about Robert Whittaker's perspective, and this one hits different because the Reaper has felt Chimaev's power up close and personal. Speaking to Main Event TV, Whittaker shared his prediction with the weight of someone who's been there. Honestly, I'd have to say Dricus would be a favorite, but the whole thing can be summed up as Chimaev will take him down. Will he finish him before he gets back up? That's the million-dollar question, folks. Whittaker continued. If he doesn't finish him on the ground, I think he loses.
Khamzat and Dricus fighting for the belts in just over a month's time. What are your initial thoughts on that matchup stylistically?
So honestly, I'd have to say Dricus would be a favourite. He probably is a favourite, but I think I'm leaning towards Dricus. The whole thing can be summed up. Chimaev will take him down.
Yeah.
Will he finish him before he gets back up? That's the $1 million question. Because if he doesn't finish him on the ground, I think he loses. But yeah.
Remember, this is coming from a former champion who experienced Chimaev's ground game firsthand at UFC 308. The way Chimaev secured that rear naked choke and literally shattered Whittaker's jaw into pieces, that's not something you forget. But here's what makes Whittaker's warning so crucial. He's not just talking about Chimaev's wrestling. He's talking about the finishing ability once the fight hits the ground. It's one thing to take someone down. It's another to consistently finish elite-level fighters like Whittaker in the first round. Whittaker's assessment basically boils down to, can DDP survive Chimaev's ground assault long enough to get back to his feet? Because if he can, the fight swings in his favor.
He puts his forearm across my face for the face crank. It's like, it just hits right there. And within instantly, my teeth gave out. Instantly.
Robert Whittaker, seeing him breaking Robert Whittaker's jaw just by squeezing across his face. Because this was Chimaev got the blade of his forearm across the jaw, and it was just crushing those teeth, and it goes into his mouth. You saw the photo?
Let's break down exactly what makes Chimaev so dangerous and why these warnings matter. First, the wrestling credentials. Chimaev's takedown accuracy is off the charts, and as Rogan pointed out, he shoots from distances that catch opponents off guard. We saw this against Whittaker. One moment they're striking, the next Whittaker's on his back being submitted. Second, the finishing rate. Chimaev has finished 85% of his professional fights. That's not just impressive, that's terrifying for any opponent.
Dana White confirms Khamzat Chimaev is next.
Do you think it's different with Du Plessis?
He can wrestle, he's got very good jiu-jitsu, he hits hard, and he's a big, durable dude. But I don't know if he's going to be able to wrestle with that guy. I don't know, man. The Khamzat's skill is so high level, it makes me wonder. It's there's some guys, you see it in jiu-jitsu. There's some guys that look really good until they fight somebody who's really, really good. And then they get manhandled. It's everybody looks good until they face Gordon Ryan. Gordon Ryan can do that to anybody. Is Khamzat at that level? Well, it kind of appears that he is. It appears that he's, in terms of the grappling that he possesses, seems magnitudes greater than anybody else in his division. What he did to Whittaker was just, nobody thought that was going to happen. That was crazy.
That was scary.
Seeing him breaking Robert Whittaker's jaw just by squeezing across his face.
How do you stop that takedown? The squeeze that he was pushing on, going to be very hard. And I could feel some of the space opening up later on. But obviously it happens, we transition. And then, mate, he puts his forearm across my face for the face crank. It was just picture perfect, landed square between there's that dimple part between your chin and your lip. It's it just hits right there. And within instantly, my teeth gave out.
But here's where it gets really interesting. Both Rogan and Whittaker acknowledge that DDP presents unique challenges. His cardio is elite, his ground game is underrated, and his ability to scramble back to his feet has been proven time and again. The question isn't whether Chimaev can take DDP down. Most experts believe he can. The question is, what happens next? Can he finish the job before DDP finds a way back up?
Instantly.
Before I come in here, they show it for me, but I felt something was wrong with his chin when I push it. But feels bad for that. So didn't mean to broke somebody's chin, but it's my work, make somebody pain and make me happy and my family.
Khamzat's very good. He's even better than you've seen. The word is by people who train with him, they're like, dude, he is a fucking freak of nature. He's really smart. He knows what to do. He's got sick timing. He's just he's got a super genius fight mindset. And he's got that thing about him just purely from his talent.
And let's not forget, DDP has never been finished in the UFC. 9 fights, 9 wins, and he's shown an incredible ability to fight through adversity. Remember his comeback against Strickland in their first fight? The stakes couldn't be higher for UFC 319. We're talking about 2 undefeated fighters. DDP's 9-fight UFC win streak versus Chimaev's perfect 14-0 professional record. Recent camp updates show Chimaev is training with Arman Tsarukyan in California, with Tsarukyan stating, "He looks sharp, so I'm excited to see him as a UFC champion. His camp is going well. He's healthy. He has a lot of energy." But there's also been talk, and this is just rumors at this point, that Chimaev might retire if he wins the title. Caio Bororojo mentioned hearing whispers about this, potentially due to health issues and pressure from his home country. Meanwhile, DDP is coming off a dominant performance against Strickland, UFC 312, looking better than ever. He's expressed confidence about fighting during International Fight Week, and his trash talk game has been on point. The verbal exchanges have already begun, with DDP responding to Chimaev's criticism of his Strickland fight with, "Talk about a waste of potential. He couldn't get the welterweight title, and he's definitely not getting the middleweight title."
So Chimaev can grapple, but he's kind of like a weak man from somebody who's trained with him. Like, he's usually tough for like one round. And then the moment like you shut him down, the little fucking Chechen whore comes out in him. He starts like, "Where's my dictator daddy at? I gotta save him."
Did you say that to him?
Oh yeah, no, he's a fucking cunt, dude. Like, no, like, dude, Chimaev's it's like you're talking to like just a retard, you know? It's like he doesn't speak like human. I think he's just such an
English is his second
But no, I think
language.
he's just such like an insecure man that like maybe he's stupid. I don't fucking know. But yeah, no. I mean, he's just another phony ass fucking Muslim. But I mean, like, again, dude, I can't even stand Chimaev, bro. Like, Chimaev is like the definition of a weak fucking man. Like, such a fucking Chechen whore.
So there you have it. Joe Rogan's technical concerns about DDP's takedown defense and Robert Whittaker's first-hand warning about Chimaev's finishing ability on the ground. UFC 319 on August 16th isn't just a title fight, it's a collision course between two perfect records, with experts split on who comes out on top. Can Dricus Du Plessis solve the Khamzat puzzle that has stumped every fighter before him? Or will Chimaev's wrestling and finishing ability prove too much for even the crafty South African? One thing's for certain, only one undefeated record survives UFC 319. What do you think? Drop your predictions in the comments below, smash that like button, and don't forget to subscribe for more MMA breakdowns. Until next time, this has been MMA Central.